Hello and welcome back to episode 34 of our survival let's play on Jack Pine. In the last episode we cut the grass in preparation for making a couple of new fields, and then we got the silage pit, and that grass is in that. I haven't actually looked to see how much grass we've got. If we go over there I might do that later. So now the only thing that we're really left with is, I say the only thing, that we've got absolutely tons. Forget what I've just said there. It's not the only thing we're left with. We've got loads of work to do. First thing we need to do is shift that wagon because it's just been in the way for the last two episodes. So let's get that parked up where we'd normally have it. I say where we normally have it. We normally leave it around here, but we can't, can we? There. That seems ideal. So yeah, today we're going to start by creating our new grass fields. There's going to be two of them. As if you've seen the last episode, you'll know it's this one here and just over where the pigs are. So we'll get this on create new fields and we'll get going. If we can get it on create new fields, there we go. Nope, there we go. I'll have to tidy that edge up as well because that looked awful. For some reason it started about 2 foot further back. So yeah, I mean this won't take very long at all. I absolutely love using this bit of kit as well. This plough, I think it's absolutely fantastic. Like I've said before when we've used it, I hardly ever get to use it because we normally use British maps. So getting a chance to use it is a treat. So we're going to leave a little bit of space. We'll leave some sort of border. The reason for that, I haven't, like I said in the last episode, I haven't decided what I'm going to do. Whether when it comes round to sort of next spring, I'm going to keep it as one arable, one grass field, or whether I'm just going to combine it into one larger field. I'm going to have to move these, aren't I? They've just been in the way the whole time. We'll get it picked up, put over in them, or we will do if it wants to stop jumping out my hands. That hill there, what I'm thinking about doing, if we do use this as a grass field, is try to clear that and see how much of it we can plough up. Because I don't know if you've noticed, you might not have, but we're literally surrounded by hills. I think on 3 of our 4 sides we're covered by hills, so we're going to have to do something with them. And there is equipment you can get, isn't there? Which allows you to sort of work on steeper surfaces. I'll not go too far. Could do with following that actually. I don't think I've ever been up there. I mean, I don't think there's anything there, just to see where it comes out. I think we'll do the other edge first and then we'll come back and do the middle. I mean, if we did change this into just one field, whether we put grass in it or whether we put crops in it, it would be absolutely huge, wouldn't it? I apologise now if you can get the suppressed yawns that I keep doing. It's been a long day. Real life work and all that. Instead of sitting at home playing on FS. The thing, I'll mention it now, I think straight ahead we're well, somewhere we need to put a BGA, don't we? Because there isn't one on the map, and I'm not spending this money to sell it at the bog standard price from the barn, I think, which is next to nothing. So yeah, we need to invest in a BGA, and I think up and around there is going to be the best place to put it. I don't think we'll have the space to do what I've mentioned before, what I did on No Man's Land, where I had the pit and then the BGA, sorry, and then the pits were on three sides of it. So it meant I just had a pickup and conveyor belts just feeding straight into the BGA. I don't think I'll have the space to do that. That was probably the most efficient setup I've ever had for anything. It was so good. Made so much money. That log's really annoying at the back, isn't it? I mean, the thing with this map at the minute, I don't want to stay off it. And there's only so much, because I'm only putting out 2 episodes a week. There's only so much I can do on it in any one time, but I could just play and play and play on this. I'd love to do, and it probably wouldn't be on this one, because I'd start a different map, but I'd love to do maybe something like a 24 hours straight. Just pick a map, like this one, No Man's Land, something like that. And yeah, 24 hours, see what we can get done in it. I'd love to do that. In fact, that's something I might seriously think about. How would I chop it up for YouTube? That's the issue, isn't it? And wouldn't it be better to maybe wait until FS22 now? I mean, we only, what, 3 weeks away, just over? Right, so there's probably 2 more passes. Yep, so spin round, get this done and move straight on the other field. Right, let's get this bit done. I mean, this won't take long at all. So, talking of FS22, this one, 19, has been the first FS that I've played. Does anyone know what the release will be like? I.e., will it be out on midnight going into the 22nd? So, because a lot of other games are like that, and it's as soon as it clicks onto the 22nd at midnight, the game will be available to play. And also, just like other games, so I've got like quite a big background in FIFA. It's something I don't play anymore, but I did for a long time. With that, it would download. You could download it maybe 4 days before, 3 or 4 days before. You couldn't play it; it was locked. But it was downloaded, and then as soon as it clicked over into midnight on the day of release, then it was open to play. So, is that the same for Farming Simulator, do you think? And if so, is it midnight GMT? If anyone knows the answers to that, then please let us know in the comments. It's something I can't wait to play. I mean, the trailer, as I'm going through this now, the trailer for Elm Creek, or the extended trailer for Elm Creek, has just come out, and I think it looks gorgeous. Just like I've mentioned before, I thought Ravenport was a nice map. There was just things missing from it. Where I'm hoping those things are present in Elm Creek. And with the introduction of the new things, such as the production lines, such as the way we treat animals, yeah, I'm hoping it's sort of the full package rather than something that looks good, but is limiting. And the other thing about Ravenport as well, Ravenport had a fantastic place to start your farm, but it only had one of them. It had one really, really good spot, which is the place where you would start as new farmer. Uh, but if you want to start as farm manager and start from scratch, there was nowhere else. There was literally nowhere else. I even did one where I bought the bottom of, I think it's field 11 right next to field 8, around the sort of train silo. But yeah, even that it just wasn't right. Even though I built a farm around there, it just didn't feel right. Right, so we'll get this bit finished, and let's get this folded away, and on to the next bit. Right, next part, let's get some lime on it. I mean, it's not going to take overly long. And to be honest, I might just jump a bit of it, because I mean, we've all seen the lime in farm weeds. What we'll do, we'll go straight into the next phase. We know all I'm going to do is put lime on the rest of this and the next field. Right, lime and done. It took no time at all, really. It probably took more time going back and forth, just collecting the lime than anything else. So, time for liquid fertilizer. So I've got 1,344 litres, which is 44%. I think that will be enough. I'm hoping that'll be enough, because it is actually quite expensive to fill this thing. I mean, I know at the time when I bought it, it seemed a bit of sort of needless expense buying this sprayer. But I mean, when you look at what it's doing now, it was so worth it. And on this map as well, the more we clear, just the more valuable it's going to be. And by sort of this time next year, I mean, even going into spring, I plan to have at least a couple more fields, at the very least. I think this down on the left here that we've just passed, that's definitely somewhere I'll be looking to expand. Just say extend and expand and use the same word. And then, like I said in, was it the last video or was this one? I can't remember. I'm going to try to go up this hill as well. I mean, God, after this, there's only going to be this. There's going to be a little triangle in the middle, isn't it? Probably another 2 passes when we go over it. And then we'll be straight over to the field next to the pigs. You'll notice as well, when we get up here, I got the terrain editing tool, and I just tidied up that edge, because it looked awful the way it was. I mean, I know now, it'll all blend in once we get it seeded with grass anyway. I was thinking when we were saying earlier about only putting 2 episodes out a week, I might, and I'll have to think about it, but I might put 3 Jack Pine out this week and 1 Greenlands. But then, I say that, one of the Greenlands videos from last week did really well, so I don't know. I think just talking about Greenlands, the thing that I would definitely have changed in Greenlands is the approach that I'm doing now, where I'm doing the contracts, I'm just trying to get as much money in as possible. That's how I should have started that series. And I think if I already had something like this series or My Farm and Life, the role player, I would have done that. But looking back, I think I was trying to combine the 2 into 1 series, and I shouldn't have done that really. But I mean, at the time, I wasn't to know that I was going to start this survival Let's Play, was I? So, and even though I'd started messing about with My Farm and Life on a different map to what we're playing on now. Obviously, we're playing on Attingham at the minute, and will be for a while. Yeah, I didn't realise we were going to be sort of as far into that as we are. We've just had sort of episode 15 release for My Farm and Life, so we're starting to get into that a bit now. Right, let's get folded away. Right, so I went over and bought this seeder. It was £3 grand. I totally forgot we must have got. In fact, did we even use one? I don't think we've ever had a seeder on this one, have we? We had the planter for the potatoes. God, this is quick. If I'm doing this at 30 odd mile an hour, this will be done in no time. Yeah, we mustn't have had a seeder on here before. We had the planter. Now we've got the bigger planter because we did potatoes, didn't we? Now we're doing the corn. So no, we mustn't have had a seeder on here before. So yeah, £3 grand. I wonder how much we committed to silage production now. So this was 3. The silo was 10. What else we got? The mower was 22. So what are we up to there? 35. What else have we bought? Oh, loading wagon. So 28. So we're now up to 53. 63, sorry. Is that it? The rake. Another 15, I think. So 78. So 78 grand. That's what we're committed to at the minute. And what do we normally get for silage on hard mode? are we looking at 200 and odd, maybe? 200 and odd pound per 1,000 litres. This is actually quite, and I say quite, I mean really difficult to control. It might not be so bad in a tractor that's maybe limited to 21 or even 26, but when we're getting up to sort of 40 mile an hour trying to do this, I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's getting us done quickly. It's just we're missing bits. We'll have to go and fill up shortly as well. It goes a long way though, doesn't it? When you're doing grass. What's our thoughts on growth stage? Do we think we'll get the full 2 lots of growth stage in? So we're midsummer now, and in the summer going into autumn you normally get that second growth stage, don't you, of grass? Do we think we're still going to get that, just with planting it so late? We'll go and get it filled up and then we can crack on with the other one. I'm really going to have to look at other sheds as well, because we're massively out of space. Although that one we've got is big, it's difficult to get a lot of equipment in. I suppose we've got the small one, haven't we? Next to our house, we could put some of the smaller equipment in that. I mean, with the space available, stuff like the plough that we're using, that seeder, or the planter, sorry, that we've got, stuff like that's just too big, really. I could do with some sort of shallower, open-fronted shed. Just spray the pig with a grass seed there. Sure wouldn't mind. So we're just about done for this episode. As soon as I think as soon as we've got this seeded, we'll go and park up, and then that'll be it. We're not going to put, even though we could put our second load of fertilizer on, I'll probably wait until the first growth stage because it'll have had one, won't it, for being ploughed in. Then we've put the second one on. I'll tell you what we'll have to look at when we get that BGA. I mean, we might actually buy the BGA for a couple of episodes, but we'll have to look at maybe a slurry spreader for the digestate. Because if we're going to commit to doing grass, then we're going to have a good amount of digestate. There's always them little bits, isn't it, just as you turn. Right, so yeah, just as we're getting done now, I know I've asked you sort of a few questions, but if you do know about the way FS22 is going to be released, if you can let us know about that. Also, your thoughts on maybe putting 3 episodes of Jack Pine out this week. That would be great as well, because this will be the second one. So I might have a third one ready and then see where we go from there. But I'm going to get this parked up, and this is going to be the end of the episode. So our 2 grass fields are now seeded, ready for next episode. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.